Peace, everyone. Welcome back to Giganomics. And let me tell you something nobody in the gig space is talking about. Hospitals need deliveries every single day. Lab specimens, patient records, discharge paperwork, and medications every single day. And they not calling DoorDash and they not calling Uber Eats. They calling people like you and me, independent contractors with a reliable vehicle and a little bit of hustle. I'm going to show you exactly how I landed my first hospital contract, who I called, what I said, what paperwork I needed, so you can stop chasing apps and start owning your clients. Let's jump into it. Real quick, I'm gonna help you understand why this matters. When you driving for apps, Dispatch, Roadie, Amazon Flex, you know who own the clients, the app does. You can deliver 100 deliveries for Roadie or any app for that matter. And if they decide to drop your rate tomorrow, there's nothing you could do about it. You don't own nothing. Hospital contracts are the opposite. You negotiate directly, you set your price, you build a relationship, and once they lock in with you, once they trust you to show up, nobody's replacing you. You can make $50, $75, even $100 an hour, and these are consistent weekly routes, not surge pricing and not tip dependent, and your weekly bring home is consistent. The best part, the barrier to entry is lower than what you think. So let me put you on to something real quick. Step one, and this is where most people mess up, is knowing who to actually call. Don't call the front desk. Don't call the main hospital number and ask for whoever does delivery. That call is going nowhere. Here's what you want. For medical records and patient discharge deliveries, you want the director of patient services or the case management department. For lab specimens and pharmacy runs, you want the lab director or the pharmacy manager. For general hospital logistics, you want the materials management department or the facilities director. Go to the hospital website, find the department directory, call a direct line, not the main number. And here's a trick that worked for me. Call between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. Mondays are chaotic. By Friday, they're already checked out. But on a Tuesday, mid-morning, the decision makers are at their desk. You need to be the interruption that feels like a solution. All right, step two is what you actually say when they pick up. Now listen, you don't need to be slick and you don't need to have a sales pitch. You need to sound like a professional who solves a problem they already having. Here's word for word on what I said. Hi, my name is Corey. I run a local medical courier service. We handle same-day delivery of patient records, lab specimens, and discharge paperwork for healthcare facilities in the area. I wanted to reach out because we have availability in your area, and I'd love to set up a quick 10-minute call to see if we'd be a fit. Who would be the best person for me to speak with? That's it. Short, professional, and specific. You're not asking for a contract on the first call. You asking for the right person. That alone puts you ahead of 90% of people who try this. If they give you a name, great, ask to be transferred. If they don't know, great, ask if you can send a brief email intro. Either way, you got your foot in the door. The goal of the first call is to get the second call. Step three, before you take a single contract, here's what you need to have in place. First, your business entity. You will need your LLC, period. Don't do this as a sole proprietor. Your LLC protects you personally if something goes wrong with a delivery. In hospitals, most of them won't take you too seriously without one. You can set it up online in most states. Second, commercial auto insurance. Your personal car insurance does not cover you if you're using your vehicle for business deliveries. You will need commercial coverage. Third, HIPAA certification. If you're not already familiar with HIPAA certifications, don't let it scare you. It's very simple and it's free online. Hospitals handling patient information, they need to know you understand privacy laws. So for those who still need it, Google free HIPAA certification for carriers and you will find it. Complete the course, print the certificate, and keep it in your pocket. Fourth, bloodborne pathogen certifications if you handle in lab specimens. Again, it's free online and it takes about an hour. Also, it may be required by most hospitals for specimen transport. So put all four of those in a professional folder, digital and physical, and now you're ready to have that contract conversation. This is what separates the person who calls from the person who gets hired. Step four, pricing. And this is where people leave a lot of money on the table. Most carriers underprice themselves because they're comparing themselves to gig apps. Stop doing that. You're not DoorDash. You're a professional, insured, HIPAA certified medical carrier. Price accordingly. Here's a simple structure. For local routes, flat rate per run, I charge $35 minimum per pickup. Doesn't matter if it's around the corner. $35 minimum. For recurring weekly routes, I package it. Say they need 5 runs a week. I offer a weekly retainer at $750 to $1,000, just depending on the mileage. That's predictable income every week. Hospitals love retainers because they don't have to call and negotiate every time. You love retainers because you know exactly what's coming in. Don't charge by the mile. That's for amateurs. Charge by the run or by the route package. And here's the most important thing I can tell you about pricing. Name your price first. The first person to name a number, they set the anchor. If they push back, you can negotiate. But if you ask them what they pay, you just handed them control of the deal. Always name your number first. Step 5, and this is the one that actually changes your financial life. One contract is nice. Recurring income, that's freedom. Here's how you turn one hospital relationship into a consistent income stream. First, over-deliver on the first contract. Show up early, communicate proactively. If there's ever a delay, you call them before they call you. That builds trust so fast, they don't even think about looking for another carrier. Second, ask for the referral. After your first 30 days, ask your contact. Is there anyone else in the network, other facilities, labs, pharmacies that might benefit from what we do? These healthcare systems, they connected. One contact can open up 5 doors. Third, you want to add facilities to your route. If you're already making a run from hospital A to a lab, find out what other facilities are on the same route. You might be able to pick up 2-3 clients in one trip. Now you turn $35 into $100 in the same hour. That's how you build a $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a month operation. Not by grinding more hours, but by stacking more clients on the same route. You own the clients, you own the route. Can't nobody take that from you. Look, I know this feel like a lot, but trust me, it's not. If you've been rocking with the channel, you know I do no gatekeeping. I done it, did it, and currently doing it, as you should be. And here's what I want you to walk away with today. Getting your first hospital contract, it's not about having experience. It's not about having a big operation. It's about calling the right person, saying the right thing, and showing up with the right paperwork. That's it. You can have your first contract conversations this week. While everyone else is out here fighting for surge pricing on DoorDash, you'll be the one who owns your clients, own your routes, and building something that actually pays. You cut out the middleman. You don't need the apps. You never did. If you want to see the video on how I make over $5K a month as a medical courier independent contractor, I'll have that link right here. Watch that next. It'll show you exactly what this can look like once you get a few contracts stacked. Drop your biggest question in the comment. I try to read every single one. If you found some value in this video, hit the like, hit the share, leave a comment. And until next time, y'all stay safe, stay blessed, get to your hustle. Peace.